today if you haven't already paid.
That's
Your
for us.
dues are due today or tomorrow. Those are your choices. So no, we don't have to pay annual dues to Phi Beta Lambda club, national club.
Tomorrow's gonna have to work. I don't have, no, it's.
Peter, what about you? Where do you have your dues?
Tomorrow. I'll get it done and handled
Because
tomorrow.
I have to submit, and tomorrow's the absolute drop dead date because I have to submit our application packet to like the state.
Okay.
And everybody on the list has to have paid their dues by that time.
It'll get handled.
So
Is the,
okay, let's back. I'm just trying to give her an announcement because she's like running out. Also, one of our major fundraisers for the state conference, not only is it the BOGO cards, which I've been trying to sell, you know. We're also going to sell carnations. No, I didn't get enough sleep last night. I'm running on nervous energy. I need my pen. We're gonna sell carnations on February 14th on Valentine's Day, and I have wonderful news about that. Can we grab that paper? I have been able to secure. Let's see. I'll write it on the board. It's 12 dozen. No, it's 10 dozen. So 10 times 12 is 120 carnations, all different colors, like pink, red, white with a dippy red part on top, and burgundy, you know, for the Studley guys out there. And for each dozen, it's $7.99. So $7.99 times 10 comes, you know, without we don't have to pay tax because we're tax exempt. So what is that? $80. So if we sell each rose or each carnation for $2. It's going to give us $240, which more than covers the $80 for our, you know, costs. Plus, we'll charge $1 if they want us to deliver it to the classroom of their sweetheart. So we might earn, you know, who knows? I don't know, an extra $40 or something. So we might be able to net $200 from this fundraiser, which would be enough in conjunction with the BOGO cards to cover state. And we might even, if we have enough, if we do well enough on this, maybe we can cover a meal. Because I don't know if you weren't there last year, but we ended up going to Dave & Buster's. Remember how expensive that was?
I wasn't there.
And it was just like at the last minute, we didn't even realize, you know, that we're going to have to pay or whatever.
Yeah, it was pretty pricey.
It was very pricey. So maybe if we have enough club funds, we could just cover, you know, Friday night's dinner or something. No, I don't think we'd be going to Dave & Buster's. We'll probably be going to Denny's. I mean, it's Grand Junction. But
Yeah, that's true.
But still, wouldn't that be nice if we didn't have to pay for that meal?
I don't know. We did okay when we went to
State?
No,
For national?
Orlando?
where was it that we went to?
Orlando.
Where anymore?
Orlando.
No.
You take
that-
me eating.
Oh, Denver?
No, in Orlando.
BB King's?
Thank you.
Oh, that was fun. We had a good time, didn't we?
Yes, that was.
That
awesome.
was a lot of fun. But the breakfasts were like $10, or how much was the breakfast?
20.
Yeah.
19.
And so we found out the hard way because we had been given a document that said you'll get half off or something like that, which was not true.
Yeah.
And I already had a limit. I had budgeted amount of cash that I was going to bring, so I was just like, oh my gosh. So maybe if we do well enough on the carnation sales, maybe we can spring for a breakfast or a dinner for everybody, and that will save the students money. But okay, so you can go if you need to.
I'm just kind of keeping an eye on the time because I have to be to work.
What time do you have to be at work?
I have to be on the floor at 2:25.
Oh, then
We're
we
going
will
to
be.
12:25. I mean. Yeah.
Oh, 12:25? Okay, so
I'd like to get a cigarette break in before
Then go now.
well, let's get her to sign up. Can you no? What are you usually doing on Tuesdays?
Working.
The whole day?
Yep.
From what to what?
9 to
Anybody who's
6.
going to state needs to participate in the fundraiser.
9 to 6
9 to 6.
all day. Just
Where?
Yeah.
Which campus?
this one.
Okay. Well, would you be willing? Okay, because I wanted to keep the table open until 7, because that's when people are coming for their night classes. I mean, there are so many classes that start at like 7 and go to 8:15. So could you just come over and just do the last shift from 6 to 7? And you wouldn't have to deliver them, just sell them.
Sure, if somebody's there with me, that'll be awesome.
Well, we're gonna have 2 people at each shift in case one person needs to go deliver and the other person needs to go stay.
Yeah, so you'll be covered.
You'll be covered. You'll have a buddy.
Okay.
And they can just like
Your
snap and
carnation
start
buddy.
falling asleep.
I don't know, it just seems awful mushy to me.
Oh, I think it's awesome. We're gonna make so much money from this, you guys.
I was gonna say, when did you become so savvy?
I just remember it from high school. Did you guys have this fundraiser in high school?
We need in middle school.
And it was, I mean,
But you're with them all day long, every day. Did you guys do this before? Did it, you profit it?
no, this is our first year, but I have no doubt that we're gonna sell a lot. We're gonna have an ad in the potty mouth, which I'm already getting arranged. I've already arranged for the table. And then when you see them, I mean, the carnations, they just sell themselves. They're awesome. They're all different
Run something.
color.
I didn't interrupt. Sorry,
Go ahead.
but I don't want to forget. Could they run something on the marquee outside?
Yes.
Just one.
I need to put that on my
Yeah.
list of
I
things
think
to
that
do.
would-
You mean
Because
that?
everyone has to come in, and I always read it when I come in.
Yeah, it's always saying the same thing.
You mean that highly expensive?
Yeah. Right.
You mean that highly expensive digital board there?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's cool. So you can leave if you need to. At least I know I got you from 6 to 7.
Before, yeah, you definitely have to remind me, I will forget.
I know.
I'll let her know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also, what's the status on the wall?
It's Saturday, April 28th.
A
And
Saturday
we're
I
gonna
can do.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm sorry. Just don't worry. Alicia,
So
don't
is
write
that
it down.
gonna
I'm
be-
about to officially call the meeting to order.
It's at the same park like last year, like that. Alright.
Okay, so Mark, do you want to officially call this meeting to order and we'll start going through our items of business? No, I'm just trying to get her caught up. It's only 12:05.
Okay.
Okay, I officially call this meeting to order.
Alright.
And, okay, now, let's go around and introduce ourselves. Most of you know me. I'm Miss Allen. I teach accounting.
Patrick Mellon, I teach business here full time, business related classes, just
Math, financial math.
financial math.
And we're co-advisors. Okay, Mark?
Mark Giles, accounting major. I am the club president.
I'm Peter Tehan, the parliamentarian and recruiter, and I graduate this semester.
And I'm Renee, I'm a networking major, and I work too darn much. Speaking of which, I am off.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye, Renee.
My name is Nate McNeil. Still not sure what my major is. Something in business. We'll see.
I'm Alicia Capelli, business major, transferred to UCCS.
Bernice Lee Thomas, already as I go by, my accounting is my major is accounting, and I hope to transfer to one of the universities.
My name's Corinne Schiffer. I'm also a business major, specializing in accounting, hope to transfer to Regents.
Okay. And then Alan sent his regards. He's sick, so he wasn't able to be here today. But Alan has decided that he is not going to run for vice president because he has too much on his plate this semester.
Allison.
Mhm.
She has a new standing appointment at the Wednesday that she forgot about.
Okay.
So that's why she's not here today. I'm supposed to meet with her tomorrow between classes and get her caught up on the
Okay, and I need her dues.
Okay. I'll let her know.
So let's get straight to the business of state conference because that's the biggest item right now that we're preparing for. The state conference will be held in Grand Junction this year. It's the weekend of April 14th and 15th. We're going to be staying for 2 nights. Mark presented to student government last week and he did a phenomenal job, you guys. He represented very, very well. And I hope that our request is funded. We don't know yet though. We did request that we would be able to take the school SUV and everybody would just pile in and then we would just, we would get reimbursed for gas mileage, but we don't know if that's going to happen. We might end up having to carpool, right, Mark? And it's a 6-hour drive, so we're gonna leave on Friday, and that was that dinner I was talking about. Maybe Friday night we'll have a dinner that would be sponsored by the club or something, because at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning, boom, they start the festivities, and we need to be fresh, and ready to go. What state is I brought,
So if you're subject to hangovers, no drinking.
right, especially not on Friday night. Here, do you want to pass one out to everybody? This is a list of the events that are offered at state.
Is it 2 pages?
No,
No?
it's front and back. Oh wait, no, that's one. I'm sorry, that's my copy. I did front and back on that. What I'm going to need everybody to do is to choose. Everyone who's going to state is required to choose at least 2 exams.
Thank you,
Those
sir.
are called the objective tests. Bless you. The objective tests are listed on the front page where it says accounting principles, business law, computer concepts. And then, in addition to that, I'm going to encourage everybody to consider doing, in addition to the 2 objective tests, doing 1 presentation event. Those are tougher. They really take you out of your comfort zone. But how else are you going to learn and grow? Last year, Pete represented us in help desk, which is exactly what I'm talking about. And Pete, can you explain how the scenario works?
Well, it's pretty basic. They give you a scenario that you have to come up with a conclusion of how to solve the scenario.
Or a solution?
Or solution, right, correct. And in my case, it was a matter of someone losing an email and they were non-reachable. So how do you get that email? Because it was it was an important email. They needed it like then, and that person was like in the air flying. So while my solution at the time was wrong and later deemed correct, I didn't place, but the basic, the answer was, check your spam folder, because usually.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Right.
The point is that these events, these presentation events, you go in, they give you a card, and on the
Right.
card is, hi there. Hi. This isn't the geology club.
Business?
Yeah. Did you see
Sweet.
the bottom out?
No.
It says geology club.
I never go to the bathroom. I don't know what
Yeah.
No, this guy.
There's one thing after the next, isn't it?
So they.
Did we get the table? Well,
Yes,
hold on,
we
should we
did.
get for the
Yeah.
carnations?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Just
All right,
wanna
we're
make
being
sure.
sidetracked.
Every time Mark and I try to do something, we just hit a wall.
So there's a panel of 3,
Yeah.
and they give you a scenario on the card. They give you X amount of time to come up with an answer,
To prepare your answer.
to prepare your answer, and then they call you in one by one, and then they make a decision overall, and then you get awarded based on if your decision was correct or not.
Yeah, they rate you.
Right.
They're judges, and they rate different things like your speech, your thinking, your analysis.
Right.
So it's very hard. I have to tell you it is. It really makes you stretch yourself.
Oh yeah.
But, I mean, geez, how else are we going to improve? Like, for example, some of the areas are job interview. Remember, we did that as an example here, and you were the judge. Public speaking, which we won did we win first place?
Yep.
Ty won first place in that. And then impromptu speaking. Impromptu is where they just give you we're talking about the state competition in Grand Junction. You find out at the isn't it at the last minute, you find out what your topic is? And you have to speak to it. Yeah.
What are some examples of topics?
I'm not sure.
It's
about
too
it.
wide a range.
For the impromptu thing?
Yeah, did you see that?
I mean, but
I don't
usually
know
about-
specifically. Do we do that?
I did.
Oh, but not for the other competition, not for this area. Okay. I don't know. Something hard.
Peanut butter, and I don't have a drink. For the public speaking, I can tell you, Nate, it was on, identify one of the principles of Phi Beta Lambda and how it applies to life or something. And so Ty ended up winning this, and he picked service, and the importance of service, and he just talked about how it betters your community, but it also betters yourself, and those types of things. And he ended up winning it. And I made him go to it at the last minute. Wasn't that nice of me?
Well, how long did he have to prepare that?
He 5 minutes. Literally.
How long does anybody have to prepare it? I mean,
20 minutes, I think. Well, that one for the public speaking, you come prepared with your speech. But the impromptu, no, it's you find out what your topic is that day. So I want to encourage everyone that's going to state is required to do 2 objective tests, and then they're encouraged to do 1 presentation. Also, everyone will be required to attend any March of Dime fundraising activity that goes on. March of Dimes is the main organization that Phi Beta Lambda supports. And then there are also workshops. So how many workshops did we say, Mark? Was it 1? At least 1 workshop?
At least 1 instead of 2 of them.
Yeah, 1 at state.
Have I gone to any of those? Just out of curiosity. For some reason, I don't remember being at any workshop.
You were in the room the whole time, remember?
Yeah, you're a judge for like a lot of events.
No, the workshop.
Yeah, it was going on while you were in the room.
I don't think you made any.
I mean, not the
workshops.
competition. I was the competition. Workshop is at the competition.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't attend that. All right, got it.
Yeah, we actually, Eric Basco and I put one of them on. It was business etiquette.
Okay.
It was Jackie's.
So I could have done one of those.
You could have led one, yeah, but they had you reined in as a judge. I mean, you were
All
busy.
day, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you were busy.
That's why, okay, that's why.
Green seeds on one spot and now 3.
We were like,
Yeah.
"Where is
Going
he?"
again.
That food wasn't that great, I'm sorry. That cafeteria, I don't know.
I'll be honest, it wasn't that good either.
Well, but now we're going to be in Colorado Mesa University, so who knows what the food will be like.
The expectations are higher.
Oh yeah, for some reason, Grand Junction. Okay, let's go ahead and do our officer elections. We have 2 candidates here today. Nate is running for vice president. Hi, Eric.
Hi, I had a meeting that ran over time,
No problem.
so
If you can sign in on that sheet, that would be great.
I'm just writing an email right now. Got maybe 20 minutes or so.
Okay. And Ernie's running for secretary. Now, so since there's only, does anybody else want to run for secretary or vice president? You can decide today if that's what you want to do. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to record each of them giving a speech, and then I can show it at tomorrow's meeting. And then we're just going to vote secret ballot, and we'll do that in tomorrow's meeting as well, and then I'll just let you know if you guys got it. You can do a write-in. You can do a write-in if you want to. So let me figure out how to turn this. My daughter's the expert in this. Okay, so Ernie, why don't you go over there at that desk right there, and I'll record you. Abby, go ahead and have a seat.
Hi,
Go
I'm
ahead.
Ernestine Thomas. I go by Ernie. I'm excited to be a candidate for PBL secretary. If you vote for me, I will guarantee you I will do the best that I can do in getting the notes typed, prepared, and also delivered to you on a timely manner. I went to school for medical office secretary as well as being a secretary. So that's one of my goals to do. Like I said, I prepared many statements for other people as well as my friends, and writing letters and things like that to you guys, and as well as for my friends. So if you vote for me, I am excited to be your secretary for PBL. Thank you.
Secretary is a very important position. Mine was absent for student government yesterday, and I was almost lost without it.
Oh, it's not yours.
Is there any questions that you guys want to answer?
Good idea. Yeah, let's do
I have
questions. Okay,
Yes.
hold on. You're not in, don't worry.
The minutes that were produced by our previous secretary, have you ever seen how she put them together?
I looked at a few that was emailed to me and the attachments that I got. I like them, but I can do a little bit better. I'm one of those ones, I'm very precise in the things that I do, and like I said, I did secretarial work for previous businesses, so I know how to prepare minutes as well as, you know, typing and writing
Very good.
letters and stuff.
Any other questions?
And if you said we have this meeting on first and third Thursdays, I will have it no later than Monday, because I will take over the weekend. I have a tape recorder to record all the minutes, and we'll get it typed and prepared and have it out by Monday.
It's the first Wednesday, the first and third Wednesday and Thursday.
Yes,
From
so,
now on.
so since today is Wednesday, by
Yeah.
Monday, I will get, because I have other obligations as well, so by that following Monday, I will have it in emails for everybody.
Peter, did you have a question?
Yes, being a secretary is a highly important position. So what I mean by that is that you would have to attend every single meeting. So for those who can't make it, we'll get the minutes and understand what's going on, even though they're not here. Will you be able to commit yourself throughout the semester to be here every single meeting?
Yes, I will. I'm here also Monday through Thursday as well, so, and if there's any suggestions that you guys would want me to do, I will record them as well as write what I need to write to get the minutes out to you all by that Monday.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Sky.
Sky, okay. Oh, you emailed me. Yes,
Yes,
I'm
yes.
Melissa Allen. I'm sorry. We had done our introductions. This is Patrick. He's my co-advisor. He teaches business. And then Mark is our president. And I don't know if you know Eric Sassinfield. He's the student body
And
president.
the former president of
But he
PBL
was,
for
yeah,
2 years.
so he's
So
our
I like to call
buddy.
it the dictator years.
Career student.
the dictator.
I just
then
did it like a CEO.
Pete's our parliamentarian, so he's. Oh, yes.
And one other thing, I'm also the secretary for my Sunday school class at church, so I know how to prepare the minutes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. You guys, I swear, this is my 11-year-old daughter. She knows how to operate. My dad bought this for her for Christmas. Isn't that ridiculous? When I was Christmas, when I was 11, I got roller skates.
Yeah.
They didn't
I
have
got roller
foot yet in
skates.
their
Why
life.
would you-
So many kids have patched my jacket for when you have to walk 3 miles to school.
Uphill in the snow, both ways. Okay. Eric, can you
It sounded I got it.
sit out of that? And then we'll get you named.
Yes.
You just have to press the button.
What's that? Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Sure. Alright, so my name is Nate McNeil. I've been coming to PBL meetings for, I guess, at least a few months. I was looking for a business honor society as soon as I got here to PBCC in the summer, but I couldn't really find anything. I didn't know who the advisor was. Through a kind of trail of crumbs, I finally found my way to the first meeting. I saw Alicia outside in the rotunda talking about it, so I was really excited about finally getting there. I did check the PBL national website, asking, does anyone know anything about the chapter here? And 4 months later, I got a response saying, hey, here's some information about starting a chapter, PPCC. Like, out of touch, bye-bye. So I finally found it here, and I don't know a lot about business, I really don't. That's why I'm drawn to the society, is to get involved in the world a little bit more, understand, meet some of the people that are involved and have a lot of experience with it. I am currently a vice president of Phi Beta Kappa, which I joined because I couldn't find Phi Beta. But it's a great organization. That's something to take into consideration too. There will occasionally be something that conflicts events between the two organizations. Although, given our semester calendars we've drawn up, there's nothing conflicting between now and then. I think I do have some leadership experience. I've done a lot of work as a manager or director for the last 7 years of my career before I gave it all up to come back to school. So I've had those abilities. I've done a lot of volunteer work as well and volunteer management. I think I'm going to be able right-hand man to Mark over there. I think there's a lot going on in this club, and there's a lot to put on just a few people. So I really want to help out there. I guess that concludes my part. Does anyone have any questions for me?
It was neat.
Nate, yeah.
Okay. What do you think has been your biggest accomplishment you're being at XP so far?
Well, there's a project I'm working on at Phi Beta Lambda. It's a huge community service project. But come to think of it, there's something better. I think getting here to begin with is probably my biggest accomplishment. I mean, I hadn't been to school in 15 years, or 14 years or something. Before this, I failed 3 times, dropped out of college 3 times, completely bombed, and never thought I would have a chance. I thought this was going to be the hardest thing I've ever done, is coming back to school. I mean, I was terrified of it. I took 3 months just to prepare to come back to school right before I came back, doing nothing but studying all day long, all the way from like learning how to multiply fractions correctly to summarizing like weird works about Christianity, like the most dense stuff I could find just so I could get there. And I got here and I rocked at 4.0, I got another 4.0. I got 107.6 in calculus without any math class since 1996. So it took a lot of work and I was terrified of it, but I somehow made it happen. So I think that's honestly, above everything else, is my biggest accomplishment so far.
It's a high level of dedication.
Determination. Highly motivated. Okay, thanks, Nate.
Sure, actually, Pete, your question?
sorry.
Being in your position and our organization for Phi Beta Lambda requires a certain level of dress. Would you be willing to not wear t-shirts and jeans every meeting?
Everywhere.
No, every meeting.
Every meeting. I could certainly adhere to a dress code.
Okay, thank you.
You can wear
Sure.
golf shirts. It's all right.
Okay,
And polo shirts, something
Polo
like that.
shirts.
no problem.
Just review the official dress code.
Now, what I'd like everyone to do is I'm going to pass out a piece of paper to everybody, and you get to vote too. Name, you can vote for yourself or whatever.
It mattered in the election that I was interested in government, by the way.
And you can vote too. And even though it's your first meeting, you got to start somewhere, right? Sure. Just on there, if you would write who you vote for vice president, and then who you vote for. I don't believe that we're going to have any other candidates, because if we were, they would need to be here today if we were. So.
Is there anybody running maybe tomorrow?
If there is, then we'll alter it, but no.
The second to the end of the road back there.
Well,
And then Nate.
I'll let you guys see the.
So, you ready?
One for each one.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I think Phi Beta
Oh.
Lambda.
Yeah, VP and then secretary.
Oh, and Ron.
What's the GPA requirement for Phi Beta Lambda?
Creative.
No, only to travel.
What's that?
Only to travel.
And it's a 1, isn't it?
No, it's a 2.0 or higher.
Is it a 2.0?
You have a 2.0, right? You're over 2.0, right? Okay. I'm barely over. As long as I graduate, I don't care what my GPA is.
No, I didn't. Oh, I don't. This was a joke.
Miranda, can you see this?
Phi Beta Lambda.
Right, yeah, I wanted to
Phi Beta Kappa.
Oh, you already got it?
Yeah.
Goodness.
kind of look at that.
Now, let's talk a couple items, just kind of a review of a summary or whatever. Our 2 major fundraisers for the state conference are these BOGO cards, which we've sold more than we did last year.
Blocking my camera pad.
So far.
I don't know exactly, but I can tell just by the numbers that we've sold more than we have last year. Do you want to buy one?
Miss Allen, for those who came late, can you cover the names again?
Oh, the names? Okay.
Well,
For who is the?
Nate and
Oh, I'm sorry. Nate and Ernie.
Okay.
Ernie's ready for sure. So our other major fundraiser will be one day. See, that's the thing. It's just one day. We go out there, we do it, boom. We're going to sell carnations for Valentine's Day. And I got a variety of colors. I got these that are, they actually look kind of blood, so I was like, ooh, the guys will like that. But, it's kind of butch. So it's $7.99 per dozen. We're getting 10 dozen, so it comes to about $8. We're tax exempt. And so we're going to sell, that gives us 120 carnations. So we're going to sell for $2 each, which already covers their cost at that point. And then if they want us to deliver, we'll just charge an extra $1. If they want it to be delivered to their sweetheart's classroom or something, which would be really funny. And so maybe we would make, well, okay, so we'd be making 280, but by covering the costs of 80, we would hopefully net about 200. I'm hoping. So 2 fundraisers to cover the state competition. We will be staying for 2 nights in a motel there. It's a 6-hour drive, and so we have to leave on Friday, like around noon. If we're able to collect enough money, we are going to, let's just say, we're going to cover dinner on Friday night with club funds.
Dollar menu it is.
Huh?
Dollar menu it is.
Yeah, we'll go to Wendy's, dollar menu or whatever. So what I need to do right now, and I saw a hand up. Is there a question?
Yeah, is that just for this location?
You mean Centennial Campus?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is where we're all primarily located. So we're just going to run and then we'll see how it goes. And maybe next year we can have half at Rampart and half. This is the first time we're running this, and I'm hoping it's successful. When you're at the table, grab people, hold a carnation, and say, you want to buy a carnation for your sweetheart or your teacher? I mean, make a joke of it, or.
And then upsell with a BOGO card.
There will be BOGO cards at the table, but it's okay if you don't sell any of those.
Or Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, go ahead, throw it. It's all right. It's all right. I'm not afraid. Woo! No, I won't. It'll be over by then. The Girl Scout cookies will be over by then. So we already have some people who have signed up for the carnation table. We're going to try to have 2 people at every shift in case one person needs to deliver and one person needs to stay. And hi, Miranda, I'm so glad to see you. Do you have classes on Wednesdays? Okay.
That one.
Yeah.
With me.
Okay.
We're right next door, so.
Oh, good. Okay.
Well,
This is very important. I need everybody to get signed up today. We all need to take responsibility for it. It is a pain, I understand, but hopefully it will cover a meal, at least. And then Patrick and I's room. That would just come out of club funds otherwise. Also, I need everybody who's going to state to give me their $20 dues. You're good. Today or tomorrow. And I need you to write your name on your sheet and circle the 2 objective tests you're going to do. And if you're willing to do a presentation or something, put yourself out there. Do it. Make it happen. Here, Sky, let me give you one of these.
if you're feeling bold, go for the job interview one.
Yeah.
To
Absolutely.
get you out of your comfort zone. Just build confidence of.
Nobody will be watching. It's in a private room. It's just the judges that watch.
Hey Eric, do you still have that list of everybody who remember we were taking notes on what categories there is like only one of?
I don't believe so. I will see if I can find that.
What was the?
I made a list to.
Yeah, we were
basically
taking
determine
notes.
Statistically, which you have a category you have a better chance in because.
Oh,
accounting
yeah.
fields, heavy competition, but
Yeah.
global
Or
business.
economics.
Well, like
it
that-
might only be 5, so we'll at least place.
There was a sports management one where the guy won by default because it was just him.
Yeah.
So
And that looks good on the resume. And you
Yeah.
get an award.
Business law only
You get
had
an
2
award.
2 years ago.
Huh?
Business law only had 2 the first year we went. Next, Mark won first
Oh, yeah.
place, and the other guy won second. That was it.
Oh, wow. Also, just so everybody's completely clear on this, if there's a March of Dimes fundraiser, we're all required to attend it. Normally it's about an hour at the most. And then everybody would need to do one workshop. There's different workshops that they offer, and so you have to go to one workshop. And so as long as everybody understands, what's expected, and then I'll just need your dues so I can go ahead and get us registered. I'm about to pass out the sign-up sheet that I have so far, if anyone is interested in signing up for different times.
I do have an announcement about
Okay.
the state conference.
Okay.
The student government last Friday afternoon presented the multiple requests like for office supplies. That was approved. The banner was approved, and it was very well done.
Yes,
Mentioning that it's
we did.
copyrighted material, because that's, I believe, the first club to mention that fact actually. That they can't go through the bookstore. It's the bookstore won't. I had to clarify that too in the discussion. But the big one is the conference, and that was approved.
It was?
It was approved, but
Yay.
what you guys are waiting on is for the minutes of Friday's meeting to be approved this Friday. So when they're approved, as they are with everything passing, then I can email Mark a copy, and then you guys can take it from there to get the money transferred. And just as be kind to Campus Life, submit all your travel paperwork and everything all together in a packet as opposed to piecemeal.
Okay.
They like you more and it's easier. It makes your relations with them.
Right. So that's our next step. After I receive everybody's dues, who's going to state, then I start to fill out the paperwork not only for PBL, for the state competition, but also for Pikes Peak Community College. And so I'll be working on that for the whole month of February. It's a big deal. It's a lot of paperwork.
The one thing that wasn't covered in the request, though, I think, was the
We're not
gas.
sure if we're going to take the SUV or if we're going to carpool. We were thinking about taking the SUV, but Mark made a good point. How are we all going to fit in there plus luggage? Because everybody will probably have at least two. Because remember your suit, you have to put your suit in one. So we're going to have to work through that and figure that one out.
We're approved up to that amount that was requested.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this
And
around, Mark.
it's kind of like delivering the good news to folks.
I like that.
Miss Allen, do you still have the previous list of, because you already made the people?
Yeah, I just updated it.
So I don't need to. I'm
you
good.
already signed up for
Sweet.
a spot, but we'll capture everybody else.
Okay.
Another announcement at our next meeting, the third week of February, the Wednesday and the Thursday, we're going to have a guest speaker. Her name's Amy Sagan, and she's from March of Dimes. And she's going to come present about March of Dimes and what it is, because some folks don't know. And since it is the fundraiser of choice for Phi Beta Lambda, because we're going to be participating in the March for Babies on Saturday, April 28th at America the Beautiful Park at 8:30 in the morning. We had a lot of fun. It's not, it was cold though. It was cold, wasn't it?
Prepared. I wasn't prepared.
It was windy. That was part of it. But if we have that banner and it's plastic or whatever we end up getting, I'd like to carry
It's
it.
like a nylonish material.
Is
I
it?
believe.
Okay, the one on the website?
The one, it should be kind of one of those like weatherproof type of one.
That would be nice, and then we could carry it while we're walking. But so we will talk about the March of Dimes, March for Babies at our next meeting more. Right now, I just wanted to focus on getting dues and finding out exactly who's going to stay. Does anybody have any questions or anything like that?
I do.
Okay.
What about for those who are not attending the meeting today or tomorrow? How are they going to be made aware whether or not the dues are due?
You mean Chris?
Well, and anybody else for that matter, because there's a couple others that aren't here as well.
The email had the fact that the dues were due.
Right, but not everybody checks their email daily, so.
I might need to do a follow-up on that.
Well, you're right. They should,
I should
but
just reply to all and say, if you're going to stay,
you should.
I need you
Is
to
there a
do
way to
this.
flag it or like highly important
You can
or
mark
something?
it as high importance and then put a read request on it too. So
well, if it goes into their Hotmail or something, it will.
Right.
still, yeah,
It will. It'll
yeah.
bring the
It'll at least
technology.
bring up the option for them to actually, it says, such
Nate,
and such as requested
she borrow your pen?
previously.
Okay. Now, have you paid your $20? I'm sorry, I can't remember. Okay. Who did you pay it to?
Our treasurer.
Okay, Allison?
Yeah, there's another
Let's
one who's
go
not
around
here.
the room.
That was like over a month ago.
Okay, that's fine. So Miranda paid her, I think I remember that. Was I there? I think so.
You have a receipt?
No, that's all right.
Well, I mean,
Pete, have you paid your dues?
nope, tomorrow.
Okay, so you're gonna pay them to me?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay, and then Nate's paid. And you, Alicia, you can decide, if you want to or not. And then Ernie's paid. Maria has also paid. And then you can decide if you want to, go forward with the club or not. Okay? So I need to talk to Allison today. I was really needing to meet with her, so kind of. What's her standing appointment on Wednesdays or whatever? She didn't say. Because she said she has nothing on Wednesday. She never does anything on Wednesdays. And I told her, well, you need to come to campus because you may be an officer. So, is her standing appointment like a nap or something? If it is, I'm gonna. Now, did you receive dues from anybody else other than Ernie and Maria?
Ernie and Maria.
Maria? Okay. Okay. So we need Renee's, Chris.
Do we have a head count of how many actual members we have?
I was just about to ask that, actually.
It's between 12 and 15.
Yes, February.
And I'll make sure Chris and Renee put theirs in tomorrow too. I know Chris is pretty excited about state.
Renee's at the computer
Who else
right
were we
now.
thinking? Oh,
Yeah.
Has Allison paid her dues? Okay, I'll put her on the list of, Alan hasn't.
Eric,
And have you, Mark?
we had our meeting
Okay.
before the semester started. He's already telling Ernest that he needed the April 14th off for this.
Okay.
For the
I need
conference.
the dues. I'm not, that
Chris
is not a
did.
word.
I'm
I
like,
need the money
dude,
so
we
that I
have
can
plenty
pay
of
the
time. He's
tax
like, I
on
know,
it.
I want to make sure it's in though.
So it's not, I'm not just saying that. Now, Pete, you were thinking about doing networking concepts for one
Yep.
of your objective tests?
Yep.
And what else? What other objective
Shop
tests?
without you there.
Telecommunications?
Sure, that'll work.
I
And
was
then,
just statistically, you're not gonna have much competition now from my experience.
Right.
So we just study
And then
that
I'll do,
stuff.
what was that one I did last year?
Help desk?
Yeah, help desk for
okay.
my
And
island.
then, Miranda, what were you thinking about taking?
I have a question. This top half, for them, are we having to do like a presentation? Because this is a performance time as well. Okay, then that'll be financial concepts and microeconomics.
Okay.
I can't do any of the account, or I can't
did
do
that
the
last
accounting,
year.
and the other one,
You did that last year.
what?
Financial concepts and macro.
No, I didn't. I
She
did
did
math.
accounting principles?
I did accounting principles. I did accounting for professionals.
Feels best.
And
Oh,
I did
okay.
macroeconomics. And I can't do accounting principles because I'm in an intermediate and they don't have accounting professionals.
Gotcha.
on it.
Okay.
Trust me, those would look
She's
stronger.
overqualified for taking this test.
You're not hired.
You're overqualified.
Yeah, I have
I
the
think you should do accounting analysis and decision making.
yeah, that's why I asked you if there was a performance that I had to do.
Well, what they do is, because I saw the financial
make you
analysis
stand on the
and
ball.
decision making last year, and they give you a card. They say you have a client who has $25,000 extra dollars that they want to invest, and knowing the financial ratios that you know, what do you suggest to the client? It's really interesting. Are you gonna have clients someday?
That they start a
Good try, Miss Allen.
payday loan.
Or did you say micro or macro?
Micro. I only took macro because I gave him my micro sheet. They were out.
Too bad Ty's not here. He could sweep it again.
Nate, had you decided? I'm sorry, I forgot.
I'm doing two, accounting principles and international business. But I mean, do I have to decide forever right now? Is this my final
No,
commitment? Okay.
no, I just have to have a general idea. And then Ernie,
Sports management
woo!
There should be good, low competition for those. For
Yeah.
both.
Yeah.
unless
Cause,
my
well-
son joins, then I have to go against
Good.
him.
Because like I said last year,
At Colorado Mesa? Is he in PBL?
No, I'm trying to get him to join.
Oh, her son goes to Colorado Mesa. You guys.
Nice.
What was
instant
the
rival.
Help desk.
other one? Oh, right.
My goal was recruiting up for Mesa, but it didn't happen. To beat Mesa. Because they only won by.
Eric, does parliamentary procedure have a lot of takers? Sounds
I
like more
believe
arcane
that's team event.
Yeah.
I
one.
believe.
Oh, is it?
It
Oh, it
is.
is, each member. Yeah.
So I believe it's at least 3 people required to take that. I don't think there was too many people that competed. There was at least.
Pat, you gonna be judging again?
Well,
Right on.
it's a movie
They're
right
not
now.
supposed to
it's
allow us
team.
to judge our
I thought I was really
own
gonna
students.
do it. I was just
I wasn't
curious.
supposed to be a judge
Well, you
on
can
your
make a
event.
team
No.
Yeah, me, myself, and I.
Yeah,
They were
I didn't like
See,
that either.
I had it in and I
wanna
still
do it.
lost.
Well, I
Yeah, but I want to do it.
I didn't vote against you. Like I told you, the woman that was there, it was just me and one other woman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's the one that, and then I didn't know any better, so I just agreed with her about the, I didn't know you can receive an email or tap into someone's account 10,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, because I was on the phone with Mustafa afterwards, and he was like, "Yeah, you can." And you know his accent.
You had a question, Alicia?
What is the $20 is that?
It's for the whole year. So $10 goes to state and $10 goes to nationals, and basically you're covered for the whole year. National. Okay, yeah, let's talk about that.
So much
if
fun.
you play, it is. It's really neat. How many students were there last year? Like over 1,800.
At least, yeah.
A ton.
It was a huge convention hall, and everybody's in there, dancing and stuff like
For
that.
the awards, everybody dressed up kind of like it was.
Prom
night.
You don't have to do that. It's just
Well,
for fun.
at least the men looked like they were in suits, but the women looked like it was going to prom or something.
I tried to wear
Part of
shorts,
that.
but I got yelled
Yeah.
at.
All of
Some
them.
people
Some of them
just
stayed in
Just
the
like
Orlando.
dress code.
The way it works is if you
Orlando,
get
it's hot.
first, second, or third in your category at state, then you qualify to go on to nationals and represent Colorado. And Eric, you won second in the nation?
I won 2 seconds, and I was very tired.
Oh yeah, we
So
all.
tired, I remember it. We had heard about some events having cash prizes, and I don't know if it changes every year. It might depend on the accounting firms having cash prizes for accounting awards. But I placed second in cybersecurity and telecommunications, and I believe for each one of those it was a $300 check.
Did you ever get those?
It was in the envelope.
Oh,
The
And they were good?
quantity of the money changed per category though.
Yeah.
Some of them,
So,
the top prize. was
10
$300.
grand for parliamentary procedure, right?
right.
But anyways, last year it was in Orlando, and so we went there in July.
June.
Was it June?
Either way, it was hot.
Yeah, it was
It's
like,
hot now, February.
even at 7 o'clock in the morning. Remember that? Yeah.
weren't you
But,
pretty concerned about me just sleeping a lot because of humidity?
Well, it's San Antonio this year. Well, it's still humid. But anyways, this year we're going to San Antonio, and we're staying on the river walk. But I know it's in June, but there's a pool, and we can bring our swimsuits. I mean, now there are requirements. You have to do a certain number of tasks or workshops, but the rest of the time is free. I mean, some of the other schools, they went to, where'd they go? Disney World?
Disney
No,
World.
SeaWorld.
We went to SeaWorld.
Oh, last year.
In San Antonio?
But yeah,
In Orlando.
We can go to Schlitterbahn. Have you guys ever heard of Schlitterbahn?
Yeah.
what they did was what PPL did. I get or the Marriott too, or whatever hotel we were staying in at the time. Kind of worked with all the theme parks and gave us discounts on each. And so we finally had some free time in the last minute. So we took off to SeaWorld, which was the closest. So we got to see Shamu do its thing, and everybody got splashed by the tail. It's pretty fun.
Well, it's because it was our first year at nationals. I mean, I know you guys had gone before, but it was like our first year that we were really there, and we figured it out. I mean, there's plenty of opportunities to go. Saturday night, Sunday.
They have a mixer event.
Yeah.
So
And like a social event kind of thing.
it's a good place to network, especially if you're transferring to maybe like a school you're planning on getting like an MBA or something like that. You could talk to students that are already going there. Realize that they already have a chapter, so they're kind of they're already going to know people from the other.
That's like
I just wanted to relax before I go do my lecture.
No, nothing like that.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Miss Allen, could I? Oh, go ahead. No, your hand was up first.
How long was nationals? Like, is it like a week long or?
Oh, no, weekend.
Weekend? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
But it's a full week.
yeah,
It's like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
yeah.
Oh, fabulous.
All the way to Sunday night is when
And I
everyone
would-
should present the awards.
Can
It's
we
not like
try-
Sunday morning? and,
Can we try and make it so we leave like Thursday, and so
Absolutely.
we're okay?
Well, I don't know if we'll be able to leave Thursday. Okay. Is this staying there for national?
'Cause we're
I don't know
always
if they
missing
would be
something.
Willing, but because we got there literally, I'm not kidding you. At 1 o'clock in the morning, we arrived at the airport. So by the time we got to our hotel, it was 2. And I
Yeah.
was like, and you know how you're wound up when you're traveling? It takes you a while to calm down and mellow out. So that was a bummer.
And then we had tests the next morning, and so
8 o'clock test.
yeah, it was
Not
bad.
ideal.
But the thing is we were like in airports and everything else.
One thing is, if it's on your request
See you tonight, Pat.
for nationals, that you leave on Thursday, say, hey, get there to be properly rested and
Yeah.
You know, all
So go ahead
that.
and submit it that way?
I would submit it that way, and you might even get cheaper plane tickets.
Thursday is cheaper than Friday.
Yes, I used to be a travel agent, and it is cheaper to get it on a Thursday.
Now, Eric, how do we do like hotel accommodations? Because we said four large people, four adults,
But not all meals.
and the beds were like ridiculously small. And
And can you go over?
who does the booking?
If we go to state, you have to do, right?
Okay, yeah, I'll be glad to review that.
Because I would like
So-
to wring their neck.
If you decide to go to state, just kind of a review, you would need to do 2 objective tests. It's required, okay?
And this list is
It says,
different.
it's the third bullet down, it's the following events are objective tests only.
Okay.
So you pick 2 from there.
Okay.
And then, I was hoping that you put yourself out there a little bit and try to do one of the presentation events.
And that's the apartment.
It's the ones above it and the ones on the next page.
Oh, okay.
Like, business presentation, emerging business issues, that might be good, Nate.
It's kind of cool. Yeah.
Impromptu, everybody should do that, right? Woo. Integrated marketing campaign, job interview, public speaking, and then sales presentation. I have been involved with the sales presentation. I don't recommend it. The ones that I saw at Nationals, when I was doing the timing, they had one person was trying to sell, literally, I'm not kidding you, Mary Kay. And then there was just other things really, like one person was trying to do this stuff that's good for your hands.
Like
It's made out
network
of
marketing products.
Yeah, like a commercial, like those commercials where they try to make you buy stuff, and so that's what that was. It's not recommended.
And they give you what you need to sell.
You come up with whatever you want.
So what's wrong with going to the competition and just selling something cool?
You could totally try. The guy who won,
Yeah, make
he
my
ended
own
up, it was high
products.
tech. It was like this headset
It's
or
a
something.
popsicle stick.
Huh?
I was making a very bad joke.
Does the product have to be original?
It could be something that
We had
exists.
Mary Kay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good point.
So,
Very good.
Ms. Allen, I do have to go, but there's one thing I might be able to be back at one of the future meetings to discuss what we were discussing earlier.
Okay.
But pizza with the president, are you guys familiar with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All the classes I talked to today, they're like, come on. It's going to be shorter this year, and student government is going to solicit input from students to get questions like 2 to 3 weeks before the event. So if you guys have any questions that you would like the president of the school to answer, keep those in mind, and you might see a SurveyMonkey account for student government that has a survey of says, like just like the campuses you go to, what decision, is it a financial aid issue, is it and what campus? So that way, when we do have Dr. Bolton up there, we can, have it all organized. We can say, all right, there's 8 financial aid questions, and you can just go down the list and then move on to the next category. So if you or any other students, if you could let them know that Pizza with the President is going to be coming up at the end of the month or next month sometime. The dates aren't determined yet, but the questions, we will try to get those as soon as we can. Yes.
I know this is PBL, but this is for people that people that's visually impaired.
Yeah.
You guys don't put things out for us that way. So that's
How can we do that?
For me, I like flyers, but they will have to be visual, so we could know that things are going on. Because a lot of times I don't know. That's
Bright
my
colors or?
I have to get black and white, but some other people have to have color. Black and
Okay.
color.
I would like to talk to you more you could definitely help us with that. We had a sign language interpreter at the last one. Actually, this was supposed to have one at
Every event.
But that's one area that I realize people that are kind of hard to make our stuff in Braille, but for being visually impaired, I think there's something we can do, and whether that's the choice of colors that we choose, or just maybe having them posted at specific locations
Oasis.
Yeah, Oasis most
Because
definitely.
they probably can figure out how to blow it up or whatever they
They
need
could
to do.
also make announcements when people come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sound,
Yeah.
you send me her email, and then I'll contact you, and
The other
hopefully
thing,
you can help student government be better.
the other thing I noticed too, Eric,
Yeah,
as far as for
that's because I'm hoping to be the secretary for the year. That's one of the things that
I definitely want to talk to you more about that.
the other thing for Meet the Press, I noticed, or Meeting with the Press, I should say. No, that's the only advertising is the potty mouth, right?
No, we have banners and stuff around the schools.
Okay.
We're gonna.
Because I noticed last semester's was
it's
pretty.
on the TV and,
Okay.
you just must not have noticed all the. Must have just been a regular ad to you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just in the interest of time, it's running out of time. A lot of us have 1 o'clock class too. But I do have some people have already been asking for the study guides. They're starting to prepare already for the objective tests. And so what I can do is if you email me, I can photocopy the exact tests that you want. And these are just examples, and they have the key. So you can study or prepare or just be familiar with what types of things are asked on the test.
Are those entire tests in there?
No.
Just like the 20 questions or something?
Yeah. It's more than that, but yeah, it's like a smattering.
I saw some on the website, probably the same, right?
Oh, could be. Yeah, I think that Eric. I don't know. I think Eric might have converted it to PDF. I'm not sure. But okay, well, I'm sorry guys, we have to run because everybody has a 1 o'clock class. But if you have any